Hello students, good morning. In the last lecture we studied about bisection method. Bisection method is one type of bracketing method. I had also told you the difference between open and bracketing methods. Open method means in which the interval is not fixed. We are not defining the interval previously, not defining the interval, right? While in bracketing method we have to first of all define the interval in which our root lies. Open and bracketing methods are used to find the roots of the non-linear equations like algebraic and transcendental equations. Today we are going to study about Newton-Raphson method. Newton-Raphson method is one type of open method. As I told you, it is open method, so the interval in which the root lies is not fixed. Okay. Okay, Newton-Raphson method. See, out of all the methods, Newton-Raphson method is faster. Why it is faster? Because the convergence of Newton-Raphson method is very much higher compared to all other methods. Right? Newton-Raphson method is also known as the method of tangents. Now, why it is known as method of tangents, that we will see graphically, right? As I told you, this method is open method because there is no need to select the initial values of the interval, right? See, as you can see on your screen, a graph is given. Now what is there in the graph? See, y is equal to f of x is the given curve, y is equal to f of x is the given curve that intersects the x-axis at point alpha. So alpha is the exact root of the equation. We have to find the value of alpha. Now if you remember what we were doing in the bisection method. In bisection method, first of all we were defining an interval and we were finding that in which interval the root lies. Then we were dividing the interval in two parts. That's why it is known as bisection method. But in this method, in Newton-Raphson method, we have to draw tangent. We have to draw tangent to the curve, right? That's why this method is known as method of tangents. If we will continuously draw tangents, then we will get the values of different approximations like x1, x2, x3, x4 and so on. Okay, as you can see here, there are 2 points. See, one tangent is drawn here. The tangent cuts the x-axis, intersects the x-axis at point M, and the coordinates of point M are x1, 0, and the point where the tangent touches the curve, the coordinates of that point P are x0, f of x0. Now if you remember, what is the slope point equation? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Here, what is m? So m is the slope of the line. Here, if we want to write the equation of the tangent at point x0 into f of x0, then it can be written like this. Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. We have to use this formula. Here, we have to consider y1 as f of x0 and x1 as x0. So our equation will be y minus f of x0 is equal to f dash of x0 into x minus x0. Okay, and the tangent cuts the x-axis at point M, right? So the equation at point M will be, this was the equation at point P. Now if you want to find the equation of tangent at point M, so again we have to replace x and y by x1 and 0. So replacing that, y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. In place of y I have to place 0 and in place of x I have to place x1. So our equation will reduce to 0 minus f of x0 is equal to f dash of x0 into x1 minus x0. Okay, now this f of x0 I have taken here, okay, dividing by f dash of x0, that will give me x1 minus x0. So if I want to find the first approximation x1, then it can be given as x1 equals to x0 minus f of x0 upon f dash of x0. So this is the first approximation to the root alpha. Similarly, to find the another approximation, right, if I want to find the value of x2, then I have to draw one more tangent. That tangent should pass through the point and it should intersect the x-axis at one another point. Let the coordinates of that point be x2 comma 0, and from that we can find the value of x2. The formula for x2 is equal to x1 minus f of x1 upon f dash of x1. F dash of x1 is the differentiation of f of x1, right? In this way, as we continuously draw on the tangents, we will get the final root alpha, and this process is repeated until the exact root alpha is obtained, right? So in this way we can derive the formula for Newton-Raphson method graphically. What about the general equation? The general formula can be written as xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn upon f dash of xn. If I want to find, using this formula, if I want to find x1, then I have to place n is equal to 0. If I want to find x2, then I have to place n equals to 1, and so on, right? Okay, let's solve a numerical on the basis of this. See, this is the given equation. We have to find the root of the given equation, x cube plus x minus 1 equal to 0, correct up to 3 decimal places using Newton-Raphson method. Now, as I told you, this method is open method, so there is no need to define the interval, but we have to find the value of x0. First of all, we have to initially assume the value of x0. Now, how we can assume the value of x0? We have to use the first steps of bisection. That means we have to find the values of a and b, with the help of which we can find the value of x0. To find x0, first of all, we have to find f of 0 and f of 1. If both the values are in opposite sign, both the values are having opposite signs, then we can say our root is lying between these two values. So placing 0 and 1 in the main equation, we can say the value of x0 is equal to 0.5. So initially we have to take x0 as 0.5. Okay, if we remember what is required in the equation of x1, we require the value of f of x0 and f dash of x0. So we have to find f dash of x first. F of x is given x cube plus x minus 1. We have to take the derivative, that will be f dash of x. F dash of x is equal to 3x square plus 1. Placing all these values in the equation of x1. What is x1? x1 is equal to x0 minus f of x0 upon f dash of x0. Placing all these values, x0 is equal to 0.5, f of x0 and f dash of x0, you will get the value of x1 as 0.71429. Similarly, if I want to find x2 is the second approximation. For x2, I have to replace x0 by x1. So in place of x0 here, we are writing x1. So the formula is x1 minus f of x1 upon f dash of x1. Now we have to place this value 0.71429 in this formula. By placing all these values, you will be getting the answer of x2, that is 0.68318. Now to find x3, x4 and so on, we have to just replace the value of x if we want to find x3, then we have to replace x1 by x2. So the formula will be x2 minus f of x2 upon f dash of x2. Similarly, for x4, the formula will be x3 minus f of x3 upon f dash of x3. By solving this, we can get the value of x4 as 0.682. Now we have to solve this till the 3 decimal places or 2 decimal places as per the given numerical, right? It will be given in the numerical that you have to find the answer up to 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places. If 3 decimal places of the consecutive answers are same, then we have to stop the calculation. So here you can see the value of x3 is 0.682 and the value of x4 is 0.682, right? The last 2 digits after the 0.3 digits, after the 3 digits, last 2 digits may be anything. If they are different, we are not concerned with that. We are only interested in the first 3 digits after the decimal point. If first 3 digits are same, then we have to stop the calculation, right? Similarly, one more numerical I have solved here. We have to find the positive root of x is equal to cos x using Newton-Raphson method up to 2 decimal places. See, here it is given, we have to find up to 2 decimal places. So we have to stop when 2 decimal places after decimal point becomes same in the 2 consecutive approximations. Here also the initial value is not given, so we have to first of all find x0 with the help of the first step of bisection method. We have found f of 0 and f of 1, both are having different signs. If both are having different signs, then our root lies between these 2 points. So we can say x0 is equal to 0 plus 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Again we have to apply all the formulas, right? x1 is equal to x0 minus f of x0 upon f dash of x0. See, here you have to take care. Here the given equation is in the form of x is equal to cos x. It is not in the form of equal to 0. So first of all you have to convert the equation into f of x equal to 0 form. So our given equation will be x minus cos x and our f dash of x will be 1 minus 1 plus sin x, right? 1 plus sin x. So placing all these values, we have to find the answer. See, while solving the numerical, you have to take care. Whenever you are solving these type of numericals, take care that you are placing the calculator in radian mode, because if you will place in degree mode, the answers will not match. So it is compulsory to keep the angle mode in radian, right? So the answer for this sum is 0.73, because in x2 and x3 the 2 decimal places have become same. So we have to stop here and our final answer up to 2 decimal places is 0.73.